For years, there have been rumors of conflict between Jay-Z and 50 Cent, and now 50 is revisiting the tales and industry rumors associated with their long-standing rivalry. He's shedding light on prior issues, questioning authority and power inside the music community, and demonstrating how far Jay-Z's reach stretches across the company. 50 claims that during the height of their conflict, many in the industry avoided each other. And he's now bringing attention back to a conflict that has influenced hip-hop discussions for decades by highlighting the times and individuals he feels were impacted.
I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later in the club hit and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. You let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. You can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish you would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagrees.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
No, we'd have had all the...
Industry rumors have long stated that there was conflict behind the scenes when 50 Cent was added to the Super Bowl schedule. According to some, Jay-Z wasn't initially on board until Eminem personally pushed for 50 Cent's inclusion. Whether overstated or misinterpreted, the myth has sparked continuous discussion regarding the relationships between these well-known musicians, with many fans believing that Eminem has continuously supported 50 throughout their careers.
You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel. And Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing it. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top. He wouldn't let me breathe or right before me. Like, I was always close, and always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, $20 that you saved up and you was going to buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and BC, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top. And it was like, damn, like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that, like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back, I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dame would know better than me.
Despite his enormous success, 50 Cent is frequently commended for helping those around him. Artists such as Tony Yo have described 50 Cent as a rap legend who stays grounded and approachable to those just starting out in the culture. There is a stark difference in how the two figures are perceived in the community when some fans contrast this with the idea that Jay-Z has a more detached, larger-than-life presence.
Big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, why? Who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand. And he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That's beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
Me.
Jay-Z has long been seen as a business-minded thinker, with detractors claiming that many of his professional decisions are motivated by a desire to gain influence and power. While some in the industry, including as 50 Cent, have questioned the public perception of Jay-Z's connection with Beyoncé over the years, presenting it as a highly orchestrated alliance, fans contend that his success merely reflects talent and discipline. Jay-Z's visibility at major award shows like the Grammys has only increased since their union, despite the fact that many fans consider them to be one of music's strongest power couples. This has sparked discussions about how carefully he shapes his legacy and how determined he seems to maintain an air of untouchability in the industry.
But you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and Jay gotta remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50, used to respect, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay. So I think people are just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you got to remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl?
You didn't know that? Yeah, he didn't want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some hate. Yeah,
I remember Eminem was like, I'm not going to do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what? Some of the.
I mean,
back and forth,
it's competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what 9. What was that? 9?
But after that, they did a song together. Remember the whole
50 was always competition for. Then remember Jay said, yo, 50's coming. He told Siegel and them and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires Lunch. Yeah. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
The new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay. I go, oh shoot, like
to us. Black excellence.
That had to be there.
We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else.
Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's a billionaire brunch. Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year. Come on, bro.
Over the years, industry rumors about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's relationship have sparked several discussions, with some detractors claiming that their collaboration was designed to advance their careers. Although supporters maintain that their relationship is sincere and strong, rumors regarding Jay-Z's faithfulness have also surfaced in the public spotlight, frequently reinforced by tabloids and internet chatter. However, none of these claims have ever been verified. The early phases of Rihanna's success have been the subject of similar conjecture, with individuals re-examining how young musicians are occasionally introduced to the industry and how power dynamics might influence their initial experiences. Even though these stories are still discussed by fans, they are still a part of the larger mythology and controversy that frequently accompanies prominent entertainment stars.
When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. No, those trophies. trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Wow. You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammy.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one.
At the same time.
Yeah, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
Why are you so on top of the business side of Jay-Z? You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just be an artist.
Yeah, I was actually forced to be an artist and a businessman because when I tried to get a deal, I couldn't get a deal, so I had to create Rockefeller Records. We actually created Rockefeller Records from nothing. And, so I was forced to know both sides of the business.
After Jay-Z was charged with stabbing music executive Lance Rivera during a fight at the Kit Kat Club in New York City in December 1999, the case garnered significant media attention at the time. Later, he entered a guilty plea to a misdemeanor charge related to the incident, which is still one of the most talked about parts of his early career.
The diva Rihanna. She's from Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me the song. She has a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Upon the Replay. And then he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song is too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs, I sign artists.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Won't you break down the difference between that? Because the viewing public might not understand that.
Some people chase the hot song for a minute, and then they sign, based on the song. I want to sign it based on an artist, based on or based on the swagger, based on the level of talent, based on the writing, So I was a little reluctant when I first heard the song, and then, he kept going, Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, bring her by. And when she walked into our office, I was like, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, it was just something about it. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay. Then, we sat down and we talked. And they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic. Okay. Everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 a.m. was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 a.m. Wow. That day, I was absolutely certain.
But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading, but the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not, but she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I
look.
will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
She knows. She knows.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
Jay-Z has openly admitted past transgressions in his relationship with Beyoncé over the years, which has generated a lot of conversation and continued conjecture about what might have been going on behind the scenes. Following the release of the now famous elevator video from the 2014 Met Gala after party, which showed Solange confronting Jay-Z while Beyoncé stayed composed next to them, the suspicions became more intense, a moment that sparked a never-ending discussion regarding their family dynamics and the causes of the altercation.
Jay-Z turned himself in tonight, and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night. But just a few moments ago, Carter's attorney had this to say.
He's not involved in this, period.
He was at the club?
That's my only comment. He wasn't involved in this.
So it was someone else that did the stabbing and the hitting?
I didn't say that. I said he was not involved in it.
Now, Slovis goes on to say that at no time was Jay-Z hiding from the police, that they were in touch with cops all day and that they're trying to resolve this as gentlemen. But as Mike Sheehan shows us, others say they've seen the dark side of Jay-Z.
Because Jay-Z and Beyoncé's personal and professional lives are so public, industry insiders and fans have long conjectured about the intricacies of their relationship. Beyoncé's public poise in the face of rumors added to the mystery, and rumors about her contacts with other well-known artists only serve to feed the topic. The world continues to be captivated by one of the most influential couples in music as a result of these dynamics, which have many people debating whether their partnership is motivated more by business strategy, personal loyalty, or a combination of both.
Difficult to say, I'm going to talk about the problems in our marriage. I'm going to talk about how we almost lost things. And for her to say, I'm going to talk about my pain and anger at you. What were those conversations like?
Again, it didn't happen in that way. It happened, we were using our art almost like a therapy session, and we started making music together.
Mm-hmm.
And then the music she was making at that time was further along. So her album came out as opposed to the joint album that we were working on. We still have a lot of that music. And this is what it became. There was never a point where it was like, I'm making this album. I was there.
Right.
I was right there the entire time.
And what was her reaction to your work, and what was your reaction to hers? They must have caused pain both for each of you, right?
Of course. And it both very, very uncomfortable, but sitting in that, the best place in a hurricane is like in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We were sitting in the eye of the hurricane. Maybe not use hurricane because so many people are being affected right now, but the best place is right in the middle of the pain.
Right.
And that's where we were sitting, and it was uncomfortable. And we had a lot of conversations, and really proud of the music she made, and she was really proud of the art I released. And, at the end of the day, we really have a healthy respect for one another's craft. I think she's amazing.
Right.
Most people walk away and like divorce rate is like 50% or something because most people can't see themselves. The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself.
Yeah.
So most people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
you don't want to look inside yourself. And so you walk away. It's my soulmate, it's the person I love, you know, and you can be in love with someone, you can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period. And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For Black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
Media speculation on Jay-Z's private life has persisted, with rumors involving well-known individuals igniting intense debate and discussion. These tales are frequently cited by fans and industry observers as illustrations of how an artist's actions can be magnified by fame and influence, sparking a never-ending discussion about privilege, power, and the fuzziness of the boundaries between one's private and public lives in the music industry.
And a new twist in a high-profile lawsuit accuses rapper Jay-Z of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 alongside Diddy Combs. The lawsuit, originally filed in October, was refiled today to include Jay-Z as a defendant. The anonymous accuser claims the assault occurred at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. Jay-Z has denied the allegations in a statement on Roc Nation's Instagram, calling the accusations heinous and urging a criminal complaint be filed instead of a civil one. He also criticized the attorney behind the lawsuit, Tony Busby, accusing him of exploiting the case for personal gain.
The inclusion of Jay-Z in a complaint that was first filed in October and claims that he was assaulted at a 2000 MTV Video Music Awards after party has garnered a lot of attention. Jay-Z has publicly refuted the allegations, calling them untrue, and demanding that any appropriate inquiry be conducted through criminal procedures as opposed to civil litigation. Additionally, he attacked the case's attorney, accusing them of taking advantage of the circumstance for their own benefit. The filing has rekindled debate about prominent court cases in the entertainment sector and the scrutiny public personalities endure when grave accusations are made.
Worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened. What the is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the this is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like you would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with them.
50 Cent has never been afraid to voice his opinions, even if a large portion of the business has remained silent. He criticized the music industry's culture of power and secrecy in a recent edition of the Flagrant podcast, implying that many people keep quiet to preserve their reputations. His frank analysis draws attention to the competition with Jay-Z, as well as the larger dynamics of power, influence, and unacknowledged disputes that have long fueled hip-hop discussions.
Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, you know, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without well fit, right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M.
With his trademark razor-sharp humor and bold comments, 50 Cent took aim at Jay-Z on Big Boy TV without holding back. He made it apparent that he isn't scared to voice his opinions, something that most people in the industry would be reluctant to do. And he jokingly ridiculed Jay-Z's current fashion choices by drawing comparisons to creative trends. There are no limitations or criteria for 50. Regardless of who is listening, he will voice his opinions.
If you haven't seen it, which I hadn't seen it till this morning when I saw this headline, Kim found it for me. Let's watch this clip quickly.
Crazy
Let's
that you
watch
haven't
Tyra
seen
pushing to get this out of Rihanna, and when it does, man, it made me feel very, very uncomfortable.
Audition. Yes. But before I met him, I was so nervous. I was shaking literally. But the moment I walked into the office, the atmosphere was so warm and welcoming.
And you had to sing a cappella for him?
Yes, I had to sing. I sang Fun to Replay. I sang another ballad from the album last time.
So then what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he did it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you was like, where's the pen? Where's the paper? I'm signing.
Yeah.
The audience is so uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if Tyra was trying to get that on the record, but my God, what Jaguar? He threatened her. This is her own words coming out of her mouth, and she was a kid at that time, correct?
15-year-old girl who had been flown to the United States without parental supervision or a chaperone, brought to a grown man's office in a large corporate Manhattan building. Everybody knew when she flew in. I was there the day she got signed.
And
beautiful.
When
girl.
I met her that day, I knew she was a star. Like, just her look, the way she walked into a room and her confidence, and she performed in my office.
And she was what, 17 years old at that
She
point?
was 16.
16, and she has the confidence of it. She's
Yeah.
like an old soul in a sense, right?
Absolutely.
So she walks in your office, and what? She just belts out a tune.
Belts out of tune. She performs, and I tell her, there's no way out of this office. I signed her that day.
For a considerable amount of time, Jaguar Wright has been outspoken about her experiences in the music business, particularly her collaboration with Jay-Z. She characterizes him as extremely cunning and powerful in business, implying that his power makes him a person few are prepared to oppose. Her viewpoint highlights how industry factors may impact careers and reputations, contributing to the ongoing discussion regarding power, strategy, and hierarchy in hip-hop.
Jay-Z and Diddy and a teenager, 13-year-old.
Right.
And we were speaking about just the statement.
Right.
The statement, you were saying you felt like that was calculated.
That was, that the statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, like, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this. Like, and that's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like your publicist wouldn't say those things.
This is on your
Put that up.
yeah, this is on
50?
Yeah, it says I don't know what's going on, but are we still going to have the Super Bowl? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back, but they like the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated to that.
Right. Why do you not insert yourself, but you're on top of every topic, right?
Yeah. I'm just watching. I'm participating. I'm being part of culture. I'm just telling my opinion.
Right.
Look,
Because you're part of the culture.
Like I can't say anything now. I'm out of it. I'm like in a
I'm going to Dre's studio and just sit with Dre.
Right.
And then, maybe I stay out of trouble.
50 Cent has frequently discussed the close relationship between Jay-Z and Diddy, characterizing them as two strong forces working together. 50 claims that Jay-Z's strategy makes a difference. While Diddy's actions are more obvious, he is more strategic and works in the background. The dynamic draws attention to the different ways that power and influence are used at the top of the music business. Team 50 Cent doesn't give a damn about fame, power, or connections. No matter what, he expresses his opinions. He continues to tear back the veil, exposing a side of Jay-Z that seldom appears in public, while much of the industry remains silent. Fans are left wondering, what does 50 Cent see that the rest of the industry won't say out loud? Because behind the meticulously constructed billionaire mogul image is a tale that few are ready to share.